All righty, everyone. We will go ahead and get started. Good Tuesday morning. It is August 19th, 2025, and I am pleased to welcome you to our Board of Commissioners zoning hearing. Today, we do have Pastor Jared Latham, who's with us from New Beginnings Methodist Church. He will be providing our invocation, which will be followed by the pledge, which I will lead. For those of you willing and also able, please stand for both our invocation and our pledge.
Let us pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of the ability to come here freely. And we thank you for each of these leaders, these men and women who have given their time to help lead this county. We pray that peace and unity would rest over this board and over our communities. We ask for protection for our families and our schools and our neighborhood. And Father, we pray that revival would break out here in Cobb County and that your name would be glorified. We pray for your Holy Spirit to be present in this room and give these leaders wisdom today. We pray this all in the holy and precious name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our meeting is now called to order, and I will turn things over to John Peterson, our zoning manager, and he will walk us through today's agenda, beginning with those matters that are held.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Board. Today's hearing will be conducted with the following process and procedure. Each case will be called in numerical order. We would ask that when the case is called, the applicant please stand and raise their hand to show that they are here. After that, we're going to call to see if there's anyone here opposed to that specific case. We would also ask that the opposition please stand and raise their hand so they can be counted for the official record. After that point, both parties will be asked to come forward to be sworn in. The applicant will testify first, and then the opposition, if any, will testify second. It's important to note that each side gets 10 minutes to state their case or concerns. There's not a rebuttal process, and there's not a process to reserve your time. So you want to convey all your information to the board within your 10-minute time period. Additionally, if there's more than one person wishing to speak on an issue, you may want to coordinate with each other about what you're going to talk about, because each side gets 10 minutes, and you don't want to cover the same information over and over. After that, the board will start to discuss the case at hand. From the discussion, the board may ask one or more speakers to come back to the front for additional comments or questions. After that, the board will make a decision to either approve, deny, hold, or continue the case at hand. There are a number of cases on today's printed agenda which have been either continued or held by the staff or the Planning Commission, and these cases will not be heard today. First case is rezoning case Z2 of 2024, Florida North Development Group, LLC. This case was continued by the staff until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So Z2 of 2024 will not be heard today. Rezoning case Z9 of 2025, Whataburger Restaurants, LLC. This case was continued by the staff until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So Z9 of 2025 will not be heard today. Rezoning case Z17 of 2025, Little Sunshine's Playhouse. This case was continued by the staff until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So Z17 of 2025 will not be heard today. Rezoning case Z18 of 2025, Racetrack Inc. This case was continued by the staff until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So Z18 of 2025 will not be heard today. LUP 26 of 2025, Ronaldo Valdez. This case was continued by the Planning Commission until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So LUP 26 of 2025 will not be heard today. LUP 31 of 2025, Ann Lou Cripsell. This case was held by the Planning Commission until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So LUP 31 of 2025 will not be heard today. LUP 32 of 2025, Robin R. Fowler. This case was held by the Planning Commission until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So LUP 32 of 2025 will not be heard today. LUP 33 of 2025, Carol J. Hicks Vargas and Michael Vargas. This case was continued by the Planning Commission until the September 2nd, 2025 Planning Commission zoning hearing. So LEP 33 of 2025 will not be heard today. Other business item number 22 of 2025, Whataburger Restaurants LLC. This case was continued by the staff until the September 16th, 2025 Board of Commissioners zoning hearing. So other business item number 22 of 2025 will not be heard today. Other business item number 34 of 2025, Kamalu Alfalabi Federio. This case was continued by the staff until the September 16th, 2025 Board of Commissioners zoning hearing. So other business item number 34 of 2025 will not be heard today. And finally, other business item number 37 of 2025, Furniture and Mattress Warehouse LP. This case was continued by the staff until the September 16th, 2025 Board of Commissioners zoning hearing. So other business item number 37 of 2025 will not be heard today. And before we start the consent agenda, I would like to ask the people in today's audience, if you have a cell phone, please turn the volume off on your cell phones. When the phones ring, it does interfere with the broadcast and presentations. And I want to remind applicants, opposition, or any interested party that information is due to this board the Wednesday prior to this hearing. Any information submitted after the Wednesday due date may or may not be considered by the board at their discretion. And with that, Madam Chair and Board, I'm ready to start the consent agenda. Cobb County Board of Commissioners zoning hearing consent agenda for August 19th, 2025. First case on consent is rezoning case Z14. Mike Heck requests rezoning from GC and NS to NRC for a neighborhood retail and specialty contractor's office in land lot 296 of the 20th District. The property is located on the northeast side of Due West Road, northwest of Burnt Hickory Road, and at the terminus of Burnt Hickory Way. The Planning Commission recommends approval to the NRC zoning district, subject to the following conditions. Number one, letter of agreeable conditions from Mr. Parks Huff dated July 30th, 2025, with the following changes. Item A, item number 8, begin with the third sentence, and the remaining paragraph should be revised to read, upon any discontinuance of Farmer John's business as a farmer's market for more than 30 days, the building will be brought up to the then current standards for a new certificate of occupancy, CO. A major renovation or rebuilding of this building to meet the then current CO standards will be done consistently with the architectural themes of the attached renderings. As long as the Farmer John's building remains a vegetable stand, outdoor storage of produce will be allowed. Additionally, storage of Christmas trees, fruits, vegetables, flowers, plants, and other seasonal items outside will be allowed. Otherwise, there will be no outside storage permitted. B.
Hey, John, before you read those all into the record, should I just read the new stipulations that the applicant has agreed to as of Sunday?
Sure, and by, for the board's information, the district commissioner has been working with the applicant to revise these conditions a little bit. So, the stipulations are a lot different than these, but what the commissioner is going to read into the record, it's agreeable by the applicant.
Is the applicant here? Okay, thank you. So after the commissioner reads, we'll just get you on the record to state that you're amenable to it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so all that stuff, Robin, I just read in, just strike that, and what the commissioner reads in is what we want to use for the record.
And then I have a copy for you. Okay, so the motion would be to approve Z14 of 2025. One, the site plan dated April 23rd, 2025 will be rezoned to limited retail commercial for building 1, 2, and 3. Building 2 will be for office personal car storage. We need to strike shop as currently labeled. 2, building 1 may have up to 3 individual tenants and shall be single story in height. Number 3, building 2 may have 1 tenant. The office shall be a contractor's office with additional storage for the current applicant's personal vehicles only. Maximum of 6 can be stored within building 2. There shall be no automotive repair or modifications to these vehicles within this building. Building shall be single story in height from Due West Road. Number 4, building 3 will be allowed to operate under the current certificate of occupancy on file as of zoning approval until the existing business license holder does not renew. At such time, the building is not used by the existing tenant certificate of occupancy holder at time of rezoning, the building shall be brought up to all Cobb County Development Code and standards. This may require demolition and rebuild. If demolition and rebuild, the new building shall not exceed the current footprint and shall be reduced to a single story. The Board of Commissioners shall approve the architectural rendering as an other business item. 5, there shall be no overnight parking of vehicles outside any building. 6, there shall be no outside storage or display for Building 1 or 2. Building 3 may have outside storage display of seasonal items only until such time that the building is no longer used for the current certificate of occupancy use. Any and all future uses must come back to the Board of Commissioners for approval of Buildings 2 and 3. There shall be a minimum 30-foot landscape buffer, screening buffer shall be installed and maintained to provide 100% visual screening year-round. Final landscape plan to be approved by the District Commissioner and Cobb County Arborist. 9, retail hours for Building 1 and 3 shall be limited to 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sunday. 10, there shall be no deliveries outside of allowed retail hours. 11, the following uses shall be prohibited for all buildings. 1, automotive uses, including auto repair, sales, oil changing, and the like, and or other automotive-related repairs and parts services. 2, car wash. 3, tattoo parlor or studio. 4, vape and tobacco shops. 5, adult bookstore. 6, pawn shop. 7, fast food restaurant and drive-through. 8, convenience store with fuel sales. 9, storage or of construction equipment. And 10, no recycling center. The lighting plan shall be submitted during site plan review. That will include downcast lighting directed away from the residential property. The lighting adjacent to residential property shall not remain lit after 10 p.m. if the quiet enjoyment and use of residential property is impeded. Dumpsters shall be enclosed and location to be approved by the District Commissioner. Fire Department comments and recommendations, Stormwater Management Division comments and recommendations, Water and Sewer Division comments and recommendations, and the Department of Transportation comments and recommendations.
Okay, and just formally, yes.
We agree with those stipulations.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, right, now, okay. And Madam Chair and Board, we just need the board to vote to remove all the written conditions and insert all the conditions that Commissioner Gamble read into the record.
All right, Commissioner Gamble, I'll let you have the floor for the motion.
So I make a motion that we approve Z14 as revised.
Second.
All right, are there any questions or comments? All right, with that, we'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0. And just want a point of clarification. We're approving to add that to consent.
It's on consent, but the entire written motion and consent is off now. It's been replaced by what Commissioner Gamble read in.
Okay, I heard the motion to approve it. To approve the stipulations, not
Yes.
necessarily, okay, I just want to be, that's, okay. Want to be clear about that. Okay.
All right. All right. Moving on, next case on
Did we
consent.
see if there's any opposition?
Sure. Is there anyone here opposed to rezoning case Z14, Mike Heck?
Okay,
No one opposed.
thanks.
All right, next case on consent is rezoning case Z16, Bentley Residential Properties LLC, Summerall Properties LLLP, and the estate of James W. Bentley. Request rezoning from CF and R20 to RA4 for single-family residences in land lot 224 of the 17th District. The property is located on the south side of Rebecca Drive, west of Pear Street. The Planning Commission recommends approval to the RA4 zoning district, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, site plan received by the zoning division on June 4th, 2025, with the district commissioner approving minor modifications. Number 2, variances as contained in the zoning division comments and recommendations. Number 3, letter of recommendations from Anthony Wilmot, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force at Dobbins Air Reserve Base, dated June 30th, 2025, regarding the air installation compatible use zone, land use guidelines for the 65 to 69 decibel average noise zone. Number 4, letter of agreeable conditions from Mr. George E. Bentley dated June 26, 2025. We're not in conflict with staff comments and recommendations. Number 5, site plan review comments and recommendations. Number 6, Department of Transportation comments and recommendations. Number 8, Fire Department comments and recommendations. Excuse me, that was number 7. Number 8, Stormwater Management Division comments and recommendations. And number 9, Water and Sewer Division comments and recommendations. The applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to rezoning case Z16? Let the record show there's no one opposed.
Excuse me, John. Commissioner Burrow has a comment.
Mr. Rowland, one of the partners is my appointee to the BZA and other boards. Do I need to recuse myself from this?
Do you have any financial interest in it besides just knowing
No.
the person?
No.
Okay. No,
Okay.
you don't have to.
Thank
no.
you.
Thank you. Okay, next case on consent is LEP 25, Luciana Midori Aoyama. Request a temporary land use permit to allow a dog grooming business in land lots 54 and 55 of the 20th District. The property is located on the south side of Lexford Court, southwest of Hickory Grove Road. The Planning Commission recommends approval for 24 months, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, pet grooming only. Number 2, maximum of 2 appointments per day, spaced at least 1 hour apart. Number 3, 1 customer at a time. Number 4, no employees, just the owner providing the service. Number 5, no boarding of dogs, no daycare, and no kenneling. And number 6, all dog grooming is by appointment only, with all clients to park in the driveway only. Is the applicant present? The applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to LEP 25? Let the record show there's no one opposed. LEP 30, Lucy Massey requests a temporary land use permit to allow a health and fitness business in land lot 404 of the 16th District. The property is located on the west side of Acorn Falls Drive, northwest of Davis Road. The Planning Commission recommends approval for 12 months, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, no more than 3 clients a day. Number 2, appointment hours from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Number 3, all parking to be done in the driveway, no parking on the street. Number 4, appointments to be scheduled 30 minutes apart. And number 5, appointments to consist of 1 client at a time. The applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to LEP 30? Let the record show there's no one opposed.
John, another comment?
And did you say 12 months?
Yes, 12
Okay,
months.
thank you.
Okay, moving into other business cases on today's consent agenda. First item is other business item number 35 of 2025, which is to consider amending the site plan and stipulations for Benjamin Middlebrooks regarding rezoning application Z46 of 2018. The property is located on the northwest corner of Cooper Lake Road and Weaver Street in land lot 694 of the 17th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, 1 lot as shown on the site plan received June 27, 2025. And number 2, Cobb DOT comments and recommendations. Is the applicant present? The applicant is present. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 35?
You have one in a,
Okay, one opposed, so we'll pull that one off and put it in its regular order. Okay, next item is other business item number 36 of 2025, which is to consider a site plan amendment for Costco Wholesale Corporation regarding a rezoning application Z42 of 1996. The property is located on the south side of Ernest Barrett Parkway, west of Interstate 75, and on the north side of Shiloh Valley Drive in land lots 650, 718, and 719 of the 16th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to number 1, site plan received by the zoning division on July 14, 2025, and number 2, all previous stipulations not in conflict remain in effect. Is the applicant present? Is the applicant here for other business item
yes,
number 30?
your hand is raised.
Oh, okay, gotcha, okay. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 36? Okay, let the record show there's no one opposed. And last item on written consent is other business item number 40 of 2025, which is to consider amending the site plan for Chad J. McMillan regarding rezoning application Z21 of 2012. The property is located on the northeast side of Woodstock Road, east of York Place, in Land Lot 109 of the 16th District. Staff recommends approval, subject to the following conditions. Number one, stormwater management comments and recommendations contained in the other business packet. Number two, Cobb DOT comments and recommendations contained in the other business packet. Number three, site plan review comments contained in the other business packet. Number four, site plan received by the zoning division on July 15, 2025. Number five, no dwelling use of the garage addition. And number six, all previous stipulations not in conflict to remain in effect. The applicant is present. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 40? Okay, we have one opposed to that one. No, she- Okay, and Kevin's getting up to talk to her. So we'll pull that one off consent right now.
Yes,
Right.
just for clarification, because there's some conversation up here, for that last item, the applicant will speak to the individual who raised their hand in opposition to see if there's some meeting on the minds. If so, we'll bring that item back for consideration as part of consent. Okay. Commissioner Brawl, yes, go ahead.
Madam Chair, we received an email from Ms. Miller, I believe, Laverne Miller. I guess, I'm assuming that's Ms. Miller, late yesterday afternoon. So she is here, so Mr. Moore's going to meet with her, and we'll see if it can go back on consent or if we need to hear it. Sure.
Okay. John, does that conclude your consent?
Yes.
Commissioners, do you have any other changes? Commissioner Sheffield? Yes,
In
ma'am.
fact, I do. I'd like to add OB 38 to consent, John, if you can see if there is any opposition.
Okay.
here.
Okay. Other business item number 38 of 2025 is to consider a reduction of public road frontage for Allison Paget and Vince Paget from 75 feet for lots 1 and 2 to 0 feet per lot. The property is located on the north side of Horseshoe Bend Road and at the west end of Caleb James Road in land lot 617 of the 19th District. Is the applicant present? The applicant is here. Is there anyone here opposed to other business item number 38? There is no one opposed, Madam Chair and Board.
Commissioner?
Okay, thank you, John. I'd like to make a motion to approve OB 38 2025 with the following conditions. Any request for future lot splits must return to the Board of Commissioners as an other business item. The District Commissioner to approve architectural renderings for any new structures on lots 1 and 2, and all staff comments and recommendations not otherwise in conflict. And I understand, John, that the house on lot 1 is to remain, but
Yes.
if there's a future plan, it needs to come back before the commissioners.
And Commissioner, your motion would be to add it to the
Oh,
consent agenda.
excuse me, yeah,
Right.
pardon me, clerk. I make a motion to add it to the consent agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Thanks.
All right, are there any comments or questions? Okay, call the question. The motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Commissioners, are there any other changes needed to consent? Okay. Bear with me one moment. All right, Commissioners, I move that we approve the consent agenda as it has been revised, recognizing right now that other business items 35 and 40 have been pulled for a regular hearing, with consideration for 40 to come back before the end of this hearing, and also that other business 38 has been added to the consent agenda.
Second.
Are there any other comments or questions? Call the question. The motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Commissioners. For anyone who was here as part of consent and your matter has not been pulled, those would be cases Z14, Z16, LUP 25, LUP 30, OB 36, and OB 38. We have dispositioned those cases. They have been approved, so you do not need to stay for the rest of the hearing. unless you just want to do so. We will again hear other business item 35 and other business item 40. We'll provide a couple minutes for people to clear the room before we begin with the cases that we will hear today.
Okay. Gotcha. Yes, so OB 40 wants to continue the case.
Okay, so we did just prove the consent agenda and other business item 40 for Chad McMillan. I understand we'll be holding that. That's in Commissioner Burrell's district. Commissioner, I'll turn it over to you.
So I make a motion that we continue other business 40 to the next zoning hearing in September.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? We'll call the question. The motion carries 5-0.
And Madam Chair and Board, I did get one request to move one of your cases ahead, if it's okay with the board. The applicant for other business item number 33 would like to move that forward since there's so many people here opposed to it.
One moment.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, continue, I'm sorry. You can continue.
Okay, and Madam Chair and Board, I did get a request to move other business item number 33 forward on the agenda. That's a case on Atlanta Road.
Okay, are commissioners amenable to moving that case forward? There are a number of people who are present with respect to that matter. Is anybody opposed to it? Okay, see some nods. You're good? You're good? Can we just see a show of hands for who's here for OB 33? Okay, can I see show of hands for who's here for SLUP 2? I'm sorry, I'm just looking for general to see. Excuse me, can you say hands for SLUP 2, please? Okay, I will just ask that we move forward with OB 33. Okay, yeah, we're amenable to starting with OB 33.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next case to hear is other business item number 33 of 2025, which is to consider amending stipulations site plan for Adaswan Fadarin regarding rezoning application Z13 of 2013. The property is located on the east side of Atlanta Road, south of Paces Ferry Road, in land lot 743 of the 17th district. Is the applicant present? Applicant is here. Is there anyone, and can I get a show of people here who are opposed? Please raise your hands and keep them raised. Okay, let the record show the 16 people here opposed to other business item number 33. Can I get a show of people here who are in support of other business item number 33? Please raise your hands for support. Okay, let the record show there's no one here in support except for the applicant. Okay, would the applicant in opposition please come forward to be sworn in for case OB 33?
Okay,
Good morning.
good morning.
Yes, yes. So I'm here to present my case.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, just state your name for the record for us, please.
Oh, okay. My name is Adesua Fadering.
Okay.
I'm here to present the case for Fad Classic Bakery. This is a neighborhood bakery that is in progress. We got the property about 8 months ago, and we're turning the property from a furniture warehouse to a neighborhood bakery. So the first slide just says something about the bakery itself. It's a neighborhood bakery, and it's going to be serving the neighborhood as well as online order. So I can tell you a little bit about the bakery itself. Five Classic Bakery is a small business. It's a woman-owned and operated, which is me. The business model is a neighborhood customer walking to order and pick up an online bakery as well. We are going to be serving fresh daily baked, specialty bread, rolls, pastries, and cake. The business owner, which is me, I'm a Cobb County 29 years resident with passion for baking, and also I'm a business consultant by profession. I'm going to show you a little bit about what we have currently in place in readiness for operations. So what you see is the main entrance, and the next slide. This is the showroom, which is where the customers can come in and pick up their orders. So this is the backroom showroom as well, where we have a display, which is where we're going to be displaying all our baked product. So that's the passage, which is where we're going to be having all the products when they're baked to cool off. So this is our dough room and a baking room. So what we have here is purely the machines that we're going to be using, which is a mixer, a molder, as well as oven. So this display where the bakers are going to be baking as well as making our dough mix. So the changes I'm requesting is when we got the property, we didn't see the stipulation, to be truthful. We didn't know that there's some restriction on the building. We got to know about the restriction during construction. So what I'm requesting a change for is the bakery to be able to stay competitive, profitable, and stay afloat. There's the need to remove the current ordinances on the building. The change request is needed due to the business building model that is changing from what it used to be, which is a warehouse furniture office, to a bakery shop. The bakery is an early morning customer service-based oriented business model because currently today there's a restriction on the building that says it's by appointment only, as well as it has to open from 9 to 7, which is very, very late for the kind of model that we're turning the building to. The bakery needs to be able to have the same opening time currently available to other closed bakeries in order for us to be able to stay competitive. The flexibility of opening hours will give Five Classic Bakery a good customer patronage as well as retainership for business growth and profitability. Currently, dumpster is not allowed in the building. I'm requesting a dumpster to be allowed so that we can effectively manage the waste, as well as the dumpster will be in an hidden enclosure, which we've already done the plan for and already submitted as well. There's a restriction on the type of opening light that is allowed on the building. And based on the building's location, is a little bit far to the street. So we've seen customers, because now we've not opened, but at least we have nothing less than 15 to 20 customers that are already coming. And we've gotten different ideas from them that why don't you have some opening lights so that it can be visible from the street. I've seen customers to be coming in, encouraging us and telling us that they're really ready for us to open. So for the data to show that I'm not asking something that is out of ordinary, because based on the other bakeries around the neighborhood, I've been able to see that they have hours that fit into the hours that we are asking for the change for too. So there's Panera Close, which is about 0.9, less than a mile to the building, and they open from 6:30 to 9 p.m. And they have dumpster too. So there's Publix Daily, that is 1.4 miles to the building. They open from 7 to 9 p.m. And we have Starbucks as well, which is 1.5 miles. They open from 7:30 to 9:30, and they have dumpster too. So we have the Coffee Bakery Shop that is 2 miles away as well. They open from 6:30 to 10 p.m. daily, and they have dumpster as well. So another bakery, which is McIntrin Bakery, which is about 2.4 miles, they open from 6:30 to 7 p.m. daily. What we are requesting opening from Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we also would like to have accessibility to the building for is it going to be a noiseless business? Bakery is just mixing flours. There's not going to be any noise or anything that can impact the residency that is around the building. So I'm using this time to appreciate the opportunity granted to present the business request and looking forward to a quick positive decision in order for the business to commence operation as soon as possible. So can we see the movie? Thank you. So I'm going to show a slide that shows the a movie of the whole entire building so that everyone can have the opportunity to see that what we are bringing to the neighborhood is to serve the neighborhood. We are not bringing anything because some have said, oh, they're going to be trucks and things like that. No, we're here for the neighborhood. And as well, we're here for online business. So this is the building currently in place. Like I've shown the pictures as well. This is the showroom where people can come in and pick up their orders as well as place an order. We don't have any seating. It's just walk in, place what you want to order, or you can order online and pick it up as well. That's the office. So this is the passage where, this is the like a break room where we have our staffs and anyone that wants to buy a baked bread that is not ready, they can just use this room to wait until it's ready. We are in compliance with everything that the government have required of us based on both Department of Health as well as based on what we have to put in place for electricity, as well as plumbing, as well as HVAC. So these are the areas where we have the trolleys, where we have the baking pans, and this is the dough room as well as the baking room. And based on the FDA rule as well as Department of Health, we must have a place where we keep all our product for the baking product, which we already have accommodated as well. And we're in compliance to make sure we have restrooms and everything for customers that may want to use it as well. So I have the PowerPoint just in case the Board of Commission wants to see it. I can give this out, that they can see detailed information of what I've presented today as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any question or anything you find?
We'll call you back up if we have any questions.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. We will now hear from those in opposition, and I believe I saw more than one person sworn in. Just be mindful, you have 10 minutes total, so you may want to ensure that there's time allocated for each person to speak that desires to. Also, again, for those who are new, just please state your name for the record before you begin speaking.
Morning, Madam Chair and Board.
Good morning,
Adam Rosen with Rosen, and Riley. Here this morning on behalf of a number of individuals, some of those that are behind me, and associations in opposition to this other business application. Appreciate the opportunity to speak. This is not always the role that I play in being before you, but this is one that came with significant importance for the impact that is feared to come from this application and that has already been seen from some of the evidence of their activities, which was compelling for me to be involved, to be able to advocate and help on their behalf. Most of what you're going to hear this morning is going to be from an adjoining resident and business owner, but I wanted to at least set up a little bit about where we are and how we got to this point. So the three residential homeowners of Paces High Park Homeowners Association and the Paces High Park Homeowners Association that are starred here on the screen behind the subject property, which is the blue outline, are my clients. Their adjoining neighbor and the subject property's adjoining neighbor, the commercial salon, which is owned and operated by Mr. Pilgrim, who's standing behind me along with his wife. Have also worked closely with those owners and with that association in response to this application. South of the Paces High Park Homeowners Association is the Wakefield Homeowners Association. Owners and representatives of that association are here as well this morning, as well as property owners across Atlanta Road. For the interest of time, the three of us are the only ones that are going to speak unless you have specific questions, but we wanted to make sure that you knew they were here and they've been involved. You probably have even heard from them in this process. This shows you a little bit closer the subject property and just how close the adjoining business and residences are. And I think the main point that I wanted to make from my experience and history working with these cases and seeing the intent and the time and detail that went into this application in 2013 by Commissioner Ott. In addition to Mr. Valley's stipulation letter in that case, there's 2 pages of stipulations that Commissioner Ott put in place and this board put in place with him to ensure that even though this is a commercial property, it is limited and it is adjoining residential, and it has operated since then without issue with the adjoining residential owners. As soon as this change in ownership has happened, it's become a problem for them, and you'll hear more about that. But I think that's the concern about where we are today, is what was put in place was protecting them appropriately, and now that's asked to be changed. And so I wanted to stress that the dumpster that was not supposed to be on property, it goes in, it immediately becomes a problem. The buffer adjoining the residential, they've put themselves out there in their own application to be 90% wholesale distribution. That's contrary to what retail would be by its definitions. And so the reason they're asking for these changes is because they're trying to accommodate a much more expansive business than what was intended and tried to be protected by in the original zoning application. So I want to let you hear specifically from the 2 adjoining owners to take the rest of our time. But if there's any questions for me or them, please let us know. Thank you.
Which one turns? Okay. Commissioners, thank you for hearing us out. My name is Tim Pilgrim. My wife and I own the business next door to the applicants. Do I just press the button, or how do we bring it up?
Sorry. I locked myself out.
Okay. So here's our business. My wife is the operator of the salon. We've been in business here for 15 years in this area. We have the exact same zoning classification like commercial. Our zoning stipulations are exactly the same as the applicants. Our operation hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening. We have regular trash containers, residential type trash containers that we have to use per our zoning stipulations, I'm sorry. We have our exterior lights are pointed down not to be in the eyes of our neighbors, and also we can't leave any vehicles parked overnight, to name a few of the stipulations that we have to abide by. We respect our neighbors' privacy and mindful that these are their homes. So we operate our business to be very mindful of our neighbors. Many of our neighbors are clientels of the salon. We know many of them by first name because we have a good relationship, and I think that our business brings a positive service to our community. On the onset of whenever the applicants first presented their business license intentions, it was on the premises that it was a neighborhood bakery, which we didn't have a problem with. But going through what their intentions are, they're looking to open up an industrial wholesale bakery, which we do have a problem with. From the onset of the folks starting their construction and starting their renovations, we have had major issues with these folks. On January 10th, 2025, I get a frantic phone call from my wife that there is large trucks parked on our property. They're digging up our rear parking lot, our asphalt. And from when I got there, they had already dug up the parking lot, already trenched out. They dug out the parking lot. They put in a 1,000-gallon grease trap on our property, trenched out sewer lines through our back parking lot, destroying our asphalt, and we still have damages today. So we had to hire an attorney and get them to issue a demand letter to remove their 1,000-gallon grease trap off our property. And also we have pending litigation in Superior Court now to help resolve the damages that are on our property. These folks knowingly trespassed on our property. They knowingly damaged our property. They have total disregard to private property rights. This are some of the photos that I took when I arrived. You can see that they've already dug out and put down the 1,000-gallon grease trap on our property. They've dug our property out. You can see the large trucks with no notification at all. Didn't even get a call. They didn't even come by to let us know, if they could park the trucks there. I mean, of course, they dug up our property and we have damages. You can see there where they have pushed all the debris that they dug up on our property behind their property against the fence and around the trees there in the rear of the bakery. So right now, this is what their grease trap looks like. They moved it off our property and is on their property now, but instead of moving it out in the front where it's away from all the properties, it's still there. It's about 1.5 feet above elevation. I don't even know if that meets code or not. It's supposed to be flush with the road elevation. And as you can see, this is the dumpster that they put out there. Notice all the damage in front of it. This is our property that they've just damaged. And we're having to take these folks to court to get this addressed. I mean, the major problems we have with this is, grease traps and dumpsters. There's spills, there's smells, it attracts insects, and it attracts rats and rodents. And here we have a nice salon in a nice neighborhood, and this is detriment to our business. To give you an idea of where we're at, you can see in purple, this is a survey, our survey. This in purple is the residential aspects of it. We're totally surrounded by our residential neighbors. The green property is the salon property. The building is in orange. That little thin yellow strip is the bakery property. You can see that we use our rear parking for our employees and our clientele. Between the property lines, there's only at the east end of it, at the very back of the property, is about 9'11" to the property line. To the front,
Sir, you have 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Okay. So there's not enough room here for them to even operate as a industrial type salon, nor is there enough room for them to put a dumpster back there because they'll be on our property. And at this point, we plan to put a fence back there because we're not going to have them trespassing on our property and destroying it anymore because they have total disregard. This gives you an idea of what it looks like. You can see the door there that they have. I guess that's going to be their loading and unloading. The red line is our property line. The white stripe is the end of our back parking. They have absolutely no room to facilitate pickups and deliveries for a, wholesale bakery, wholesale industrial type bakery. And I'll turn it over real quick. I'm sorry.
Time's expired.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you. With that, I'm going to turn things over to the District 2 Commissioner.
Could the applicant come back up? Good morning.
Good morning again.
Thank you for being here. A couple of follow-up questions. You mentioned in the beginning you weren't aware of the stipulations when you acquired the property.
That's correct.
When were you made aware of the stipulations?
Actually, I got to know about it when I got a violation.
And that was for the dumpster?
That was for the dumpster, that's correct. Because when we got the property, there was actually a dumpster there. So we got the property with dumpster there. I don't know if the former owner didn't get it, put it there, I didn't know. But the thing about it is getting to know about the dumpster, the first thing I want to clear with the grease trap is this. Grease trap is required for bakery. That is
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Only answer the questions.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
okay.
Only answer the questions.
Okay,
And
so,
I do have a question about the grease trap coming.
Okay,
That I've written
so
down.
let me wrap up with the
Stipulations.
the stipulations. So when we got to know about the stipulations, that is when the violation came in, and I went to the zoning office, and they showed me everything, and that is why I requested for the removal change request.
Okay. And you showed quite a few bakeries and operations that are around. Did you also look at their proximity to residential?
Yes. So for the Starbucks, is actually in urban environment where they have residents, is within a residential location. For the Panera as well, is a little bit far from, there's hotels around there, which I would believe is an accommodation as well. So everything that I have listed there, they're within a community.
Okay. And I also noticed, I got like two more. Also noticed when I drove by the property a couple of days ago that there's been additional power added. Georgia Power's put a new pole and additional power. What is the additional power for?
The additional power was put there. That was actually, what happened was there was a mix-up with the electrician. So when we got the property, it should be able to handle 240 voltage. So when they downgraded it to 120, but one of the equipment that I got is from Europe. And based on the European standard, they have a high, the voltage is 240, which is a standard voltage for bakeries. So that's the reason why they had to come back to replace the new pole, because they downgraded, and then it was now obsolete because the pipe that has been there was actually, even though it fit into what I needed it to, but they realized that they have to do an upgrade to the pole as well. That's what I was told by Georgia Power.
But you made the request to have the power increased, correct?
It was actually the level we're supposed to be able to use, but when they did, the electrician that did the calculation did the wrong calculation because it was looking at the residential it downgraded from 240 to 120, and they have to upgrade it back to 240. Because 240 is what the next, is the same pole with the other business as well.
And to the grease trap, do you also plan to make fried goods or anything other than baked
No.
goods, or is it just baked goods?
No. The reason why the grease trap was required is the Department of Health requested for that. Even though I questioned it, but they said for the bakery now, the new rules is anything that has anything to do with oil, and the oil is based on butter. I'm not frying anything, it's just purely a baking shop. And because there's an oil in butter, they said or margarine, we use both butter and margarine. They said because there's oil in that, we have to have a grease trap.
Okay.
That was the reason. I mean, there's no need for grease trap at all because there's nothing to be fried. Everything is baked. The only thing is just because there's oil in margarine that we're going to be using for baking, that's why they requested for grease trap. So there's not going to be any smell, nothing at all. Even I already signed up with an oil company that they're going to be checking it. They came and they said there's no need for it because we're not disposing any oil. We're not frying anything. It's purely baked shop.
Okay. I know, Commissioner, did you have a question?
No, I was just commenting that the other bakeries that she referenced for the hours are all retail.
Right.
It's not, I think the wholesale is the issue here of, trucks
I mean-
coming in and out.
And
The
so-
plan.
To that point, because what is your market or distribution area for your baked goods? I know you
It's
said
just
that.
going to be local. And then currently today, we just want to, if there's any event. So we bake cookies. They can come, especially during festivity time. We have requests for cookies and for pastries and for cake. So the wholesale was based on the business setup, but the shop is purely retail, and the online too. So for online, it's just going to be, I may you be using Marketplace or Amazon, they're going to be purely pickup. And the pickup is just going to be, UPS pickup, UPS trucks. It's not going to be like, I've heard saying that there's going to be like a big truck. No, I'm not in that business yet. I mean, I'm not in that. I'm just supplying, I'm a business consultant. And I see, wow, online business is good because that's what everybody's gearing towards. So the online business is just going to be someone coming by, like 2 dozens, 3 dozens, 4 dozens. That's to resell, and I'm planning to be going to the local market, weekends, local market like Smyrna Workshop and things like that. So wholesale is just a business name, but based on what you're saying, that capacity is not going to be able to make wholesale.
But on your application that was shown where you referenced 90% for wholesale, was that just a scrivener's error? Is that the intent of the business?
Because it's not seating. So, maybe because when I was talking to the person that I was filling the form with, it's not seating. It's sitting in the sense that it's not people coming in to sit down and, because you can see that I don't have a sitting area. But you can come and buy 2 dozens. You can come and buy 3 dozens of bread or maybe cookies or something like that. So I was told that they categorize that as wholesale because it's not 1, 2. So, that is what I'm doing today out of my husband's restaurant. We bake today. But for the bandwidth, especially during the festivity time and how people are buying the product, we just want to have our own bake shop. And people can come, you can order for 2, 3 dozens of cookies, you can order for bread and things like that. Okay. But it's not wholesale in the sense that like selling to big retailers or anything now. And the online business like Amazon, you can order. We're planning to have it on Amazon too. but it's not gonna be like selling like 1,000 or 2,000 wholesale, no.
Okay.
Maybe maybe the word, the verbiage is what is confusing here.
Commissioner?
Okay, I have some questions for you. So you just stated you have another business, correct?
That's correct.
So in that business, you are familiar with Cobb County permitting requirements?
That's correct.
Okay. So
It's not my business. It's my husband, so he's the one that runs the business. But I baked from there.
Right, and in order to bake from there, you had to get permits to put in the ovens, put in the grease traps, put in whatever you needed to do the business. So what I'm struggling with here is you showed us photos where you have redone the entire inside of the building. Did you go to Cobb County and pull a permit prior to starting the reconstruction of the interior of the building?
Yes.
And has Cobb County been out to inspect the building throughout?
Yes. So currently today, I got a contractor. My contractor is the one that handles everything. Is Cameron here?
Can we ask Jessica?
Oh, okay. So the contractor is not here because there's a schedule. So he's the one running everything. So that's why when the grease trap thing came in, his homes.
Okay, so we're off topic
Okay.
here, because if you or the contractor had pulled a permit for the grease trap when you originally placed it, you would have known it should not have gone there. So that's
Please
part of.
give her a chance to respond. You're compounding questions, and she was responding, and then you interrupt. Just give her a chance to respond. That's all I ask.
Finish the question.
She was asking another question, she was responding, then she's asking compounding questions without giving her a chance to
No, I
respond.
think it was the permit to the grease trap is what she was asking about pulling the permit.
The permit to the grease trap was actually based on my contractor, was approved. And he told me, because when this came up, the first time Mr. Pilgrim called me, the reason why I tried to be careful dealing, because right now the contractor is the one that has the access and the ownership of the construction and doing what is right. So I cannot interrupt, but when I get something that I need to get information from him, I will address that the way, because I don't want to step over his authority. Because right now, the place is under construction and going through permit and inspection. So the first time Mr. Pilgrim called me, the first question he asked me was, do you have an attorney? Because the grease trap issue is here. So that kind of put me back, because like I said, I'm 29 years old resident of Cobb County. And I love where I live, and everybody can attend to that as well. Okay. And the business-wise too. So I got into the neighborhood as just welcoming hands. I went to my neighbor.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry, we just need for you to answer the question.
Okay.
I understand it's a lot, and you are trying to justify what you're doing, but
Yeah.
the 10 minutes we gave you was the time for you to present.
Okay.
We're just asking for you to respond to the commissioner's questions with
Okay,
respect to
so
this.
based on that.
I'm sorry, I think yes, please give her a
Okay.
chance to
Okay, go
continue.
ahead.
All right, I'd like you to stay there, but I'm going to